Um, okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Fitria, and today I would like to present my reading journal entitled Exploring Spotify as a Tool for English Learning. This presentation is based on the article by Makati et al. 2024. Okay, next slide. Okay, first I will explain the pre-reading stage. In this stage, I use previewing and questioning strategies. Okay, the first. Okay, before reading, I look at the title of the article. The title. The title is Exploring Spotify as a Novel Tool for Enhancing English Pronunciation and Vocabulary in India Fluent. Okay, from this article, I understood that the article discussed Spotify as a tool to improve vocabulary and pronunciation. Then I read the introduction. Ah, this introduction. Hmm. I read the introduction to get a general understanding of the article. Then I made some questions. The question is this. The first question, what is the role of Spotify in language learning? Next, how does Spotify help expand vocabulary? Next, how does listening to music improve pronunciation? Next, is Spotify generally effective for learning English? And next, I will explain the Wheels reading stage. Okay, yes. In this stage, I use highlighting strategies. This marking present that directly address the pre-reading question and reflect the article's core claim. This vocabulary truth lyric. This part say Spotify have learned expand vocabulary by expositing them to authentic limits in this song. This. Then the next is repetition. The power of repetition. This part say some repeat words, phrases, and structures. Reviewing, memorize, and making vocabulary acquisitions more natural and reliable. Next, this means repetition helps students remember vocabulary more easily. Next is pronunciation. Is pronunciation and rhythm. This part says listening to native speakers sings help learn internalize correct pronunciation, intonation pattern, and natural speech rhythm. This show that song help improve pronunciation and speaking rhythm. And the last is active engagement. This part say many students actively study vocabulary from lyrics, showing that music fosters intentional self-directed learning behavior. They show that students use song as a learning tool not only for entertainment. From the article, you can see the this is number one vocabulary. From this, from this, Spotify help Spotify helped learn Spanish vocabulary by exporting them to authentic language in song. Number two, this the power of repetition, and this pronunciation and rhythm. Okay, we'll be back to this. By highlighting this part, I understood the main idea more clearly. After reading, I used reviewing strategies. I checked whether all my questions were answered. Finally, I understood that Spotify is effective for learning English. Okay, next slide is reading difficult and complicated. While reading, I faced some difficult vocabulary, difficult complex sentence, and unfamiliar registers. To solve these problems, I reread the text. I reread the text. I use dictionary and I use context clues. Solution applied. I read the text, I use the dictionary, and I use context clues. Okay, from this article, I learned that sorry. From this article, I learned that song help grow repetition, improve pronunciation, learning become enjoyable, student becomes more motivated. The first vocabulary growth, pronunciation, practice, enjoyable learning, and learn motivation. Yes. So song help vocabulary grow, repeated listening improve pronunciation, learning become enjoyable, and students become more motivated. Okay, this article shows that Spotify is effective for learning English. However, it does not explain the relationship between listening frequency and language abilities. Therefore, my research focus on listening frequency, vocabulary mastery, and pronunciation abilities. Okay, the next slide is this conclusion. And finally, music is not just entertainment, it is a structured, repetitive, emotionally rich, imaged environment. Spotify brings that environment directly into your hand. And so, Spotify is not only entertainment but also useful learning tool. Um, okay, finally, this is the end for my presentation. Thank you for your thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.